corner, Prime Minister Modi minced no words on how he views the opposition, the status of minorities, and India being a democracy. Hailing India as the mother of democracy, the Prime Minister remarked that the system is in our genes and all minority religions are thriving in India. Now, while dismissing allegations of discrimination against minorities, Prime Minister suggested that these claims of discrimination do not resonate with the reality experienced by minorities themselves. Now, on the upcoming Lok Sabha polls, Modi said his government has an excellent track record of fulfilling promises. He said, and I quote, "By the end of the second term, even the most popular governments start losing support. Discontent towards government has also increased in the last few years in the world. India stands out as an exception where popular support for a government is increasing," is what he asserted. All right, essentially, of course, many things that have been stated in this particular interview. And remember, right ahead of the polls, this was the interview that he did give to a leading US media outlet. He's remarked a lot in terms of how he, of course, looks at the elections, but also how India essentially views many things inside the country as well as outside. Minorities, of course, is one aspect of it. The fact that he's also spoken about all religions, according to him, are thriving in India, considering while also hailing the democracy. But he's also gone on to talk about India's economy. He's spoken about how things have changed since he came to power. In fact, he's also spoken about the competition with China in this particular interview. He's spoken about the border dispute with China. He also remarked on Pakistan and said that, India has always advocated for advancing peace, security and prosperity in the region in an atmosphere free from terror and violence. He also spoke about the criticism by and large about Article 370. In fact, in that particular interview, he went on to point out in terms of criticism that has come over the revocation of the special status to Jammu and Kashmir. It's important to note here because this was done during, of course, in the year of 2019, and after that there have been questions on that. He's also spoken about his leadership style, saying that he believes the quality of leadership that really makes somebody stand out is listening. And he thinks, in his leadership abilities, that is something that really stands out for him. But essentially, of course, given the kind of situation right ahead of the polls where there has been constant criticism about, let us say, minority communities, Prime Minister Modi has made his viewpoint very clear. But for the moment, let's leave it at that because we're shifting our focus to tell you about how